is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are tuning in from. If it looks like I'm rummaging through a bag to find an adapter, it's because I am rummaging through a bag to find an adapter, as I need it to plug in one of these USB things to an Apple Mac. So I do that, and then I attach my microphone here, so do bear with me. We have already had the first game between Siniaková and Pegula, and I'll be explaining to you what happened just in a moment. But fingers crossed you can still hear me, and I'm now going to share the score on the screen with you after Siniaková, by the way, held serve in that first game. Do let me know your thoughts in the live chats to see how you see this match panning out. Also, who you are supporting. By the way, Krejčíková and Krejčíková and Dart, I should say, have gone into a third set over in Eastbourne. So Raducanu's encounter has been delayed for the foreseeable future. There's that score at the moment. Pegula here, 40 love up on her serve against Siniaková here and Bad Homburg. I tipped Svitolina to win the title. I don't know what you think about that. Is that a wild prediction? Do let me know your thoughts as well in the live chat and hit that like button. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. The Google scoreboard is not updating for now, but I can tell you that it's 1 love Siniaková and 40 love on Pegula's serve. Nice passing shot effort there from Siniaková that forces the error, and it is going to be 40-15. Any thoughts on Wimbledon as well? You could share those in the live chat. You also get voting in our poll. Drive volley backhand there from Pegula. She secures that, so it's 1 game all. Yeah, this would be a hell of a turnaround. Krejčíková was serving for the match, but unable to get over the line. And now Krejčíková is in trouble on her serve. The 2023 Wimbledon champion. Meanwhile, our Google scoreboard is updating itself nicely. And Siniaková here serving 30 love. Both players looking pretty comfortable on serve thus far. Got Wimbledon qualifying going on. I haven't paid too much close attention. I know the Portuguese boys of Rocha and Faria both got wins over at SW19. Of course, to preserve the grass, they don't actually play at Wimbledon itself. Double fault there from Siniaková, giving Pegula a point on the Czech serve. She misplaces a serve, as we see a butterfly just go across our screens. But she has got 40-15, so 2 game points for a 2-1 lead at the changer ends. Forehand return from Jessica Pegula is wayward, and we will take a quick break. Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks, including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon or Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis. All things tennis indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Result from earlier on today, we saw Jasmine Paolini come through in typical fighting fashion, needing 2 tie breaks to progress at the expense of Leylah Fernandez. Leylah Fernandez may feel as though she's a bit unfortunate, really. I mean, she had some set points in the first set and was possibly the better player for large parts of the match. There was a net cord that went against her as well in that first set tiebreak that she will still be lamenting. But it is Jasmine Paolini getting her first win of the grass court season after an early loss last week in Berlin. So that's her grass court season up and away. Of course, she was a Wimbledon finalist last year. Can she repeat those heroics this year? I find it difficult to imagine, but there's a lot of things that have happened at Wimbledon over the last couple of years that I find difficult to imagine. As I see Siniaková put a forehand into the net, so it's Pegula leading 30-love. And things are all falling apart for Krejčíková over in Eastbourne at the moment. She was serving for the match, unable to serve it out, loses the subsequent tiebreak, and is a breakdown in the third set, as you can see on the screen right now. Dear me. Gone from bad to worse. Another check. A lot of checks. Of course, Krejčíková and Siniaková used to be doubles partners. Not sure exactly why they're no longer doubles partners, but there we go. Siniaková is still very much a feature on the doubles circuit, world #1 in that form. But she's 40-love down here, but she's going to be 40-15 because there's a double fault off the racket of Jessica Pegula. Do let me know where in the world you are tuning in from. And don't forget to hit that like button as we take you inexorably towards SW19 and the Wimbledon Championships. Pegula holds as Siniaková goes long, so it's going to be 2-all. We will have the draw live on the channel on Friday. Just having a quick look at Jessica Pegula's bag there, for what it's worth. Adorned with the American flag and her coach, Mark Knowles. Hey, Gene. Good to see you. Who are you predicting to win the barred Homburg title? I think Nick has gone for Iga Swiatek. I, on the other hand, gone for Elina Svitolina. This is all hunches, though, really. We're not going off. I mean, Iga Swiatek hasn't played on a grass court for a year. And, yeah, I don't know. It's just a hunch. I saw Svitolina at Bad Homburg last year, and I think it was just a bit too much of an arduous match. It stretched over 2 days that she went out in. Love 30 here on the Siniaková serve, by the way. Also, what's going on with Krejčíková? Is she okay physically? Because she's 2 love down and struggling to hold as well. Good morning, Ghosty. Hope you're well. 15:30 right here. Is a lob going to go up? It's a good lob, but good defense there from Jessica Pegula. Now she's on the drive volley, and that's a really good drive volley winner. 15:40, and we've got our first break points of the match. Overdrova. I'd love to know who Overdrova is, Jean. By the way, searing temperatures this week in Europe. Pegula with the slice there, and Siniaková is in trouble, and she's going to slice it herself down the line, but it's going to land out. Much to her chagrin. Although the challenge, and it's landed in. I think it's landed in, so we're back in play. And it really should be the point for Siniaková. It should be 30-40. Let's see if they do overturn this. Interesting to see what's going to happen. No. That's odd. Deary me, some bad issues in Bad Homburg this week. But tennis, hey? I think it should have been a point awarded to Siniaková. I mean, it had flown past Pegula, landed plumb on the line, called out, mistakes happen. But there we go. Have I missed something? Anyway, Jean's picking Alexandrova to win the title. Krejčíková's on the board. She's won a game. Putting the bad into Bad Homburg. Okay, so you're going for Pegula. I mean, to be fair, that was your comment, Jean. So it was difficult to decipher what Overdrova in the final means. Anyway, you're going for Pegula. That's all I want to know. So, Pegula up 3-2 with a break. That's a tough call. By the way, I heard from one of the few journalists who was in Berlin last week that the tournament was very badly attended in terms of media. And having been on the wrong end, I would suggest, of authorities' treatment of the media, but perhaps particularly in Berlin, and also having spoken to several other media outlets that just refuse to return to that tournament because of how badly they're treated by the WTA. It's unsurprising that the tournament sponsors left in their droves. And in fact, the winner's press conference, so this is Marketa Vondrousova's press conference, the crescendo of her return to the helm of women's tennis on grass, at least, was cancelled because there was no media interest. It's the WTA ghosting more than Berlin, but the organisers in Berlin, let's say they didn't help. We were putting in requests for the last 2 years and just getting nowhere. We went to Pegula's press conference a year ago, and Mario and I were among just 2 of the 3 journalists attending. And so without us, there would have been no press conference. And the other journalists who did attend did say that they were being treated shambolically as well. Clay magazine told me at the beginning of 2024, when I asked them if they'd be returned to Berlin, they said no way, because of how disrespectfully they were treated by the WTA. But I think it's what they want. They want to have just themselves and television controlling the narrative. That's what they want. It's an authoritarian attitude that they are seemingly unashamed about. Tennis, eh? Anyway, regarding the tennis right in front of our eyes, in Eastbourne, we have Harriet Dart up a break on Krejčíková in the deciding set. And we've got Pegula leading by break here at 3-2 in Bad Homburg. The one thing I would say is the media organizer in terms of the tournament last year in Berlin, he was like, why are you not getting any interviews? And I'm like, don't know, you have to ask the WTA. I saw Petkovic very critical as well of the WTA and the way they were controlling the narrative as well. So at least somebody of a bigger name than John Silk at Talking Tennis is also speaking out. Yeah, she was no longer, but yeah, she was very much part of that. But yeah, some people are less, let's say, democratic than others. Let's go with that. But if you look at the PTPA action, there's some things in there that certainly do rear their heads in terms of the, as I say, the authoritarian nature in which these organizations keep going. Of course, the people that lose out are the sponsors who invest a lot of money in the sport. The players lower down the rankings. They're the ones that notice it by not obviously getting as big of paydays as they probably deserve. And of course, the fans, they miss out big time because they're not getting to hear from their favorite players, and even though the least favorite players, to be honest with you. Anyway, 4-2 Pegula, and it's love 15 on the Siniaková serve. I was just showing that Krejčíková scoreline. That is delaying the Emma Raducanu and Lee match. By the way, it's now love 30 on the Siniaková service. Pegula really turning the dial. Yeah. It's all about control. End of the day. Return there from Jessica Pegula. Talking of control, that was certainly lacking in that, as Pegula goes long. 15-30 on the Siniaková serve. Serve down the tee from Siniakova. That's pretty mean. Mean as in good from Siniakova's perspective. I guess it's mean to Jessica Pegula because it was an ace down the tee. 30 all. A little bit, Jean, but Ons is so inconsistent. Maybe it was all about the first set for Ons. Ons wins that, and maybe she goes on a run. But Siniakova's just put a drive volley into the net. Yeah, I'm not really interested in these social media posts that obviously are like PR things from slams, where it shows just how much money they're giving players in the main draw, particularly, of course, the winners, etc. The slams make a phenomenal amount of money, no doubt about it. Some of the other tournaments less so, and their scenarios are a little bit tighter. And I think they could make a lot more if they really cared about it, but they don't. Okay, 5-2, double break advantage now for Jessica Pegula. I thought this could be a bit of a banana skin for the American, was one of the reasons why I didn't tip her to win the tournament, unlike Jean, who did. Harriet Dart edging closer to victory. £5 for a Coca-Cola, Ashley, is insane. Yeah. But they've got to get their money. They've got to get their money from somewhere. Everybody, by the way, the chat is quite lively now. I do hope you've all hit that like button. Pegula's paused. She seems to be upset with something or someone in the crowd. Siniakova finds it all very amusing. Into the forehand of Kateřina, and she's put that long, so it's going to be 15 love. Pegula 3 points away from sealing the first set. Been pretty rapid, this one. How many likes are we at, by the way? Let's get to 20 as soon as possible. Guess who we're going to be commentating on? We're going to do a live watch along for tomorrow. Who can guess? Let me know in the live chat if you can guess without looking at our future streams. Who we're going to have a live stream for tomorrow. I think so. I think, especially as she's won Wimbledon before. 3 set points here for Jessica Pegula, by the way. Where are you going with this serve? You're going to go into the backhand of Kateřina Siniaková, and she recklessly dumps that well past the tram line. And we've got the first set already for Jessica Pegula by 6 games to 2. in double quick time. How is Krejčíková getting on? She's serving 30-15. And regarding the stats for Pegula Siniaková, what's a standout stat I could share to you? Pegula decisive on break points, 2 out of 2. Siniaková not garnering a single break point in that entire set. Everything else fairly much of a muchness. Yeah, Pegula hits 8 winners, I guess, to Siniakova's 4. But yeah, just being ruthless on break points there, Pegula, and Siniaková not really threatening the Pegula serve either. Some of those returns were pretty wayward. I think, depending on how fit Krejčíková is, I just wonder what happened to her at the end of the second set and beginning of the third. Might have just been Dart playing great. I'm not watching that match. But if Krejčíková is healthy, I think Dart could really do with the double break advantage, because I wonder how she'll deal with the pressure of trying to serve it out. Nice clean hitting from Pegula in this first set, by the way. Well, Krejčíková Dart are at deuce. So that is something to consider. Yes, indeed she did, Jean. Brenda Carson, special guest to be named later. What's that about, Ghosty? Oh, no, but I'm not worried about who is commentating on the match. I want you to guess which match. As Gene says here, he's got it. Gene got it in double quick time. Okay, that's fair enough. So that's why Jean is pretty hot on the idea of Pegula taking this Bad Homburg title. Of course, she had some grass court success a year ago at Wimbledon. She had some grass court success in Germany a year ago, winning the Berlin title, WTA 500, which is a bit more competitive than Bad Homburg. Easy guess, Jean. I didn't make it difficult. I made it intentionally easy for you. It was almost tongue-in-cheek. Net cord there benefiting Pegula, but there's really good depth from that shot from Siniaková when it takes Pegula a little bit off guard. And it's 30 love here on the Siniaková serve. Meanwhile, Krejčíková's held serve. Something for Miss Dart to consider. Yes, so a bit of pressure now on the young Brit's shoulders. Kateřina Siniaková holds for 1 love. Perhaps as well, don't forget that was very unlucky on Siniaková, wasn't it? That line call. Yeah. No worries, Ghosty. Take care. Hit that like button on your way out. See you soon. Forehand return from Siniaková is really good, but Pegula deals with that really well. Nice slice there from Jessica. And Siniaková doesn't deal with the slice very well, putting her forehand long. Now, Krejčíková, what did I say to you? That she might just start to turn the screw. Well, She was love 15 on the dart serve, but it is now 15 all. Pegula here, 30 love. Just wonder if this goes 15-30, how dart will feel. Slice forehand there from Siniakova, backhand into the net from Pegula, 30-15. Yeah, I mean, she's been to the quarterfinals in the past. I mean, Pegula has a deep run at most slams, maybe French less so. 2 game points here for Jessica anyway. 40-15 she leads. Just after 3 o'clock local time. That serve's gone wide, has it? Or did it clip the net? I think it clipped the net on the way through. So still a first serve. And that has gone long, so it's going to be a second serve for Siniakova to look at. Let me know in the live chat if you agree with Jean. Do you think Pegula has a deep run in her because her game is so suited to grass? I would tend to agree. I tend to agree. Her slice is decent. Her return is decent. Those are sort of 2 aspects that you've got to look for on grass. Her movement is fine as well. Clips the net there. So again, another first serve for Jessica. 40-30, game point. And the tee, but misses. So a second serve for Siniakova to look at here. Yet to garner a break point on the Jessica serve, of course. Backhand return from Siniakova. Forehand from Siniakova is going to go long. Game point, Jessica Pegula. And Pegula gets over the line, so it's 1 game all. Talking of getting over the line, dart did hold, and now it's over to Krejčíková to hold to serve to stay in the match. 15 love, she leads. Of course, Alexiala could be playing Ostapenko. Ostapenko in action today in Eastbourne. She's playing Kartal, of course, from the UK. Sonny Kartal. So, yeah, the winner of that will play Alexiala tomorrow. Down the tee goes Siniakova, but I think it's gone long. She's love 15 as well on her serve right now. Still yet to garner a single break point on the Pegula serve in this match. I don't know if they're having an epic point or the scoreboard has just frozen, but that's been 15 love for quite a while for Krejčíková. Sometimes on Google, it just jumps a point or 2 and just updates it, and suddenly it's, 40 love Krejčíková or 15-30. But we'll see. Meanwhile, we've got Siniakova love 30. The umpire is on his microphone, so I don't know if there's a physical issue with either player. Krejčíková does lead 30 love as she seeks to force Harriet to serve it out, and I do think it will be a tough serve out for Harriet Dart. Who's winning Wimbledon, Jean? Men's and women's players. Or anybody in the live chat. Let me know. Who's your tip? Just give me a name for the women's singles winner and the men's singles winner. I'm going to be pretty boring, I think, and go Sabalenka and Alcaraz. Indeed, Harriet Dart will be made to serve it out. And Siniakova, meanwhile, has got 3 break points to fend off. She saves the first one, so 1 down, 2 to go. She misses the first serve there, Siniakova. Second serve for Pegula to look at. Drop shot's not going to work from Siniakova, and Pegula gets the break. She needs now by a set and a break on Siniakova. Wow, this could be over in real quick time. Siniakova, by the way, has hit 4 aces compared to Pegula's 2, but Pegula is just getting break points and taking them. Oh, here comes the trainer that I suggested might be an issue. Here comes the sun. Yeah, so the trainer's out for, or the physio is out for Kateřina Siniaková. Not really been in this match thus far. And she's down a set and a break. Fingers crossed she's okay to at least see it out. The match, that is. Can Harriet Dart see it out over the Wimbledon champion? Of Barbora Krejčíková, Wimbledon champion of 2024, last year's Wimbledon champion. Let's see. Question here from Nurlan. Now let's see what intellectual, let's go deep into the mind of Nurlan Ramazanov to see what he's got to say. If you were dating Monica Bellucci, would you have her attend your matches? Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Siniakova strewn on the grass, by the way, as she gets this attention from the physio. It looks like she's got a muscular issue. It might be a knee problem, actually. Wouldn't have thought it'd be cramp at this early stage of the match. Honestly, though, my Sabalenka prediction is not done with any confidence, Gene. Right, Harriet Dart, what's going on? She is 2 points away from victory. 2 points away. Wow. Can she get over the line, the Brit, while Siniakova has her medical timeout? Of course, Raducanu will be coming up on centre court after Dart Krejčíková. That's Raducanu against Anne Lee. As that match is very much on the horizon, but Krejčíková does win the next point, so it's 30-15. Siniakova hand on face here. Doesn't look great for the Czech. She's really getting that leg stretched. Dart, by the way, has 2 match points against Barbora Krejčíková. 2 match points for the Brit. I thought she might struggle to serve it out. But there we go. 2 match points for Harriet Dart and a place in the round of 16. The first one has come and gone. Siniaková here having a medical timeout, down a set and a break in Bad Homburg to Jessica Pegula. Jean going for Sinner. Another match point has come and gone. Deuce. Meanwhile, Siniaková continues to get attention here. I'm not sure. I think she'll come back to the court. 4 seconds left on this medical timeout. Oh, we've got a break point for Krejčíková. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Now, Siniaková, what's going to happen? Is she going to retire or is she going to return to the court? No, she's getting something from her bag, which suggests to me that she's going to return. Yeah, she's going to return to the court. But let's see. Oh, and Krejčíková's broken. You knew it. You knew it, ladies and gentlemen. You just knew it. Wow. If it goes to a tie break, I think I'll have to tune in for that. Wow, wow, wow. Hey, Ali. Well, you never know. Sinner for the men. All right, fair enough. Siniaková wins her of this next game, by the way, having had that medical timeout. So Dart and Krejčíková go on. Forehand return there from Siniaková's long, 30-15 now on the Pegula serve. Chop the turn there from Siniaková though, and Pegula's very much in charge of this point. She goes down the middle of the court actually. 40-15. Maybe caught Siniaková by surprise. Do hit that like button, by the way, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe as we head towards 18,000 subscribers. I was hoping to get 17,000 by Wimbledon. Well, we've done that quite easily. Siniaková had a medical timeout, Ali. She's struggling physically, and I wonder if she'll complete the match. It was a pretty lengthy. She certainly took every single second of that medical timeout. Pegula's held for 3-1. I wonder if we'll see Siniaková. Ooh, she just sort of gingerly trotted towards that ball. She will not want to cause herself extra hurt and injury before Wimbledon. Yeah, I've put across the argument that Pegula's not really played her best tennis since the US Open. Now, I know she's won a couple of titles in that time, but they've been sneaky ones, if you know what I mean, on the eve of big tournaments and maybe the field weren't the strongest. Now, I think it's time to have a quick look to see how Krejčíkova's getting on. Cool, 40-30 on her serve. Oui. Okay. Siniaková here, 30-15 on her serve. Game point, Krejčíková. Remember, she was serving for the match herself about an hour ago, couldn't serve it out. Then Harriet Dart was serving for the match. She couldn't serve it out, and she had 2 match points, by the way. As we welcome those tuning in for the Raducanu and Lee watch along. We are just going to bring the final decisive moments of the previous match, the match that will precede it, of course, which is this Harriet Dart Barbora Krejčíková match. Raducanu will come up shortly afterwards. Forehand to forehand here in this Siniaková Pegula match, but Siniakova is going to dump that drop shot wide and into the channel line. She looks like she's struggling. I think we're looking at one of 2 scenarios. Either Siniaková retires at some point from this match, or she just decides to see it out because she can hit a tennis ball, but not much more. Pegula goes long on the return, so it's going to be 3-2. And she's not retiring yet, I don't think. No, she's gone to her chair. So Siniaková not retiring yet. Krejčíková, by the way, has a game point for 6-5. What a crazy match that has turned out to be. She's going to get some more attention, is Siniaková here. From the physio. Looks like she's in quite a bit of pain as well. Krejčíkova's held for 6-5. Wow. I knew that Dart was going to struggle to serve it out. I just knew it. It was a little sniff at a double break that she had, and I thought, you need that double break. But she wasn't able to get it. Now she's serving to stay in the match. And you do fear the worst. So Dart serving to stay in the match. Jessica Pegula up a set and a break on Siniaková. Do hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Has Dart got some history, Jean, of not being able to serve out matches? Okay. Well, now she's got to serve to stay in it. Jean also suggesting that Siniaková shouldn't risk it. 15 love there, an ace for Pegula. Well, now Dart is certain to stay in the match. And it's 30 love to hit Pegula on her serve. You can see the level of aggression from Siniakova, just up a notch, I think, as she thinks that's the only way I'm going to be able to fight my way back into this match is keeping these points short. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, love 15 on the Harriet Dart serve. Danger, certainly for Harriet Dart, with Krejčíková 3 points away from victory right now. Meanwhile, Siniakova's fighting. Oh, Harriet Dart, love 30. Look at that, by the way, that backhand winner there from Siniakova. She's just going for it right now. Look at that return. Look at that return. Coming into the net. And she's going to have a break point. 30-40. Maybe she should get injured more often. Dart is love 30. Serving at 5-6. Krejčíková now love 40. 3 match points for Barbora Krejčíková. Harriet Dart has had 2 match points on her serve when trying to serve it out. Come and go. But Krejčíková broke, then held, and now is threatening to take the match. Love 40 for Barbora Krejčíková. Wow. What an epic that has turned out to be, and it has delayed the Emma Raducanu and Lee encounter, and Barbora Krejčíkova's done it. The Wimbledon 2024 champion is through to the round of 16 in pretty dramatic fashion. 6-3, 7-6, 5-7. Pretty dramatic fashion because she was up a set and a break, and that held until she was serving for the match. This is Barbora Krejčíková. You know, Miss Cool, Miss I've won 2 Grand Slams, including Wimbledon a year ago. But she couldn't serve it out. Harriet Dart took the lead in the second set tiebreak, an advantage she never ceded. And then Dart goes up a break. In fact, she threatened a double break at times in that second set, but ultimately didn't get the double break. Nevertheless, she was serving for it, gets up to 40-15, 2 match points. They come and go. Krejčíková gets the match between her teeth. She then holds serve as well, having broken Harriet Dart when she was serving for the match, and ultimately breaks to love to seal her spot in the round of 16. But that match is going to hurt Harriet for sure. She's going to have to get over it pretty quickly with Wimbledon less than a week away. But it's Krejčíková who marches on in Eastbourne. Wow. Okay, over to what we'll do for the Raducanu-Lee stream as we wait for Raducanu and Lee to take the court is you guys can have a quick break, or at least listen to Nick and I preview the Raducanu-Lee match. Meanwhile, you will have my undivided attention, Pegula, Siniakova, watch along buddies. Siniakova breaks, by the way. What about that? So, good moment for the Czech buddies, or the former doubles partners, in quick succession, because Krejčíková beats Harriet Dart, and pretty much in the same moment, Siniakova breaks Pegula, and it's 3-3 in the second set. Maybe a slight loss of concentration there from the American, having seen the physical issues that her opponent is enduring. And there we go. Barbora Krejčíková. Wow. Pegula's looking not overly pleased at the moment. 15 all here, 3 all. $15.30 now on the Siniakova serve, and it's going to be a second serve for Pegula to look at. I wonder if we're just getting some first serves here all the time from Siniakova. She's desperate to keep these points short. Ooh, unforced error there from Pegula into the net, 30 all. First serve from Siniakova goes into the net. Nice to see our subscriber count just creeping up. So thank you for all you people, lovely people who've subscribed to the channel. But if you haven't already done so, just click that subscribe button. And also, of course, like this video if you haven't done so already. Break point here for Pegula, 30-40. Backhand return from her on the defense, but that's a funny bounce that's really struck. Both players struggling with a bounce, and maybe even a bit of win. Wonderful forehand winner down the line from Siniakova. She doesn't want lengthy rallies right now, that's for sure. But it is going to be another break point here for Jessica Pegula. After she puts a forehand into the net, does Siniakova. Second serve here for Jessica to look at. Backhand return into the backhand of Pegula, in the backhand of Siniakova. Forehand from Siniakova is wild. Pegula gets the break once again and is now up a set and a break once again, 4-3 in this second set. And Siniakova is not retiring yet. I thought that might be the chance, but presumably she's happy to plough on and play another couple of games at the very least. Pegula's serving 6-2, 4-3. She leads. We can take a quick break. Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks, including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material, such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered, whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon, or Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
All things tennis indeed. Pegula serving 4-3, love 15. Raducanu and Lee will be coming up shortly. I have to get my phone out to tune into that one while I keep Pegula and Siniaková on my big screen. Do let me know your predictions, by the way. Probably more so for Wimbledon rather than this encounter between Pegula and Siniaková, which is obviously looking pretty comfortable at the moment for the American, although she has now got some pressure on her serve. Siniaková wasn't able to get a break point in the entire match. Suddenly she's injured and having some pretty lengthy medical timeouts and attention, and she breaks serve. Now she gets to 15-30, although she's not going to break serve like that, 30 all. Going to get my phone, ladies and gentlemen, so I can see how the Lee Raducanu situation is. We should be taking the court pretty soon to at least warm up. And Pegula is held, by the way, 5-3, so she's a game away from victory. I see Raducanu is on the court. About to warm up. Of course, Maya Joint beating on Jabeur will lie in wait for the winner of Raducanu and Lee. Siniaková here serving at 3-5. And it is love 15. By the way, love 15 soon becomes love 30. Lovely forehand winner there from Jessica Pegula. Forehand the turn, backhand from Siniaková into the net. We have 3 match points, ladies and gentlemen. 3 match points for Jessica Pegula. Love 40. This match has been pretty quick. The reason it's been lengthened is because of the medical timeouts that Siniaková has required. It's going to be another first serve, though, after it clips the net. Second serve, is it going to be? Oh, no, nice. Nice body serve there from Siniakova. 15-40. 2 match points. 1 down, 2 to go. Down the tee, but she's missed that first serve. So a second serve here at 15-40 for Pegula to look at. Backhand return. Forehand from Siniakova. Forehand from Pegula. Defended that quite well, did Jessica. Forehand slice from Pegula. Backhand from... but the forehand from Siniakova goes into the net. And we've got it. 6-2, 6-3. Jessica Pegula wins this one. But the story of the match, I guess, really is the fact that other than that Pegula was clinical, Siniakova struggling with what appeared to be a leg issue, maybe muscular, throughout that second set at the very least, compromising her. There was a brief flurry from Siniakova. She started to hit more freely in that second set, which lasted 41 minutes, by the way, after that lengthy medical timeout. And she did get a break back on Pegula before Pegula then broke once more and then broke again to seal victory and a place in the round of 8, quarterfinal, of course, in Bad Homburg. So Pegula, last year's Berlin champion, is seeking a WTA 500 on the grass again this year in Germany. Siniakova, though, will be just hoping that this leg issue is not too serious and that she'll be fit and firing and ready for next week at Wimbledon, where she'll obviously be looking towards maybe taking the doubles crown and also having a run in the singles. So that'll be important for her. But Pegula has more immediate sights on her radar in terms of this title, which I know Jean has predicted her winning, even though I've gone for myself, Svitolina, and Nick has gone for Iga Swiatek. In a pretty open draw, I would suggest. Some pretty competitive field, some pretty big names, and it's really difficult to say who's going to win, I would suggest. But anyway, Pegula's giving her on-court speech. Meanwhile, Raducanu and Lee are about to take the court. So I will end the stream for Pegula against Siniakova and give my undivided attention to that match between Anne Lee and Emma Raducanu. Speak to you all soon. Oh, I wonder if I can redirect you if you are watching Siniakova. I might not be able to. Let me see. If you are watching Siniakova, whether I can redirect you to the match between Raducanu and Lee. Let's see if I can. Might be too late. Let's see. Sometimes it works. Yeah, it does work. So there we go. Fingers crossed it will work as well. And I'll send you across to see Raducanu and Lee. So I'll see you on the other side. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.